Let me guess, your boss still thinks barking orders and micromanaging every email is leadership. Meanwhile, your best colleagues are updating their LinkedIn profiles. Yeah, we need to talk about why command and control leadership is deader than dial-up internet. Welcome back to Rise and Thrive. I'm Shay Blackman, and after 2 decades as an HR strategist watching companies hemorrhage talent, I'm here to tell you the truth about leadership that your C-suite doesn't want to hear. Today, we're exposing why traditional leadership is failing and what you need to know to lead differently. So picture this. I'm sitting in a boardroom and this CEO, let's call him Command and Control Carl, is complaining about his 40% turnover rate. Nobody wants to work anymore, he says. Meanwhile, he's still managing like it's 1985, complete with closed-door decisions and because I said so directives. Here's what Carl doesn't get. The workforce has fundamentally changed. Knowledge workers don't need bosses, they need leaders. There's a difference. Command and control worked when jobs were predictable, work was routine, and information flowed from the top down. But today, your newest employee might have the freshest insights. Your remote team member in another time zone might solve the problem while you're sleeping. Information flows in all directions, and if you're still trying to control it all, you're not leading. You're suffocating innovation. Now, let's talk about what actually works. Adaptive leadership, servant leadership, authentic leadership. Fancy words? Maybe. But here's what they mean in real life. Instead of hoarding power, you distribute it. Instead of having all the answers, you ask better questions. Instead of commanding compliance, you inspire commitment. Revolutionary? Only if you're stuck in the past. And here's where it gets personal for us as Black women. We've been practicing adaptive leadership our whole lives. Code switching? That's adaptive leadership. Building consensus in hostile environments, servant leadership, bringing our full selves to work despite the resistance, that's authentic leadership in action. In my Shield Resilience Strategy Guide, I talk about building external support systems. That's the E in Shield. Why? Because modern leadership isn't a solo act. It's about creating networks of support, fostering collaboration, and understanding that your strength multiplies when you empower others. The data backs this up. Companies with adaptive leadership models see 23% higher profitability. Employee engagement through the roof. Innovation actually happens. But here's the kicker. Most organizations are still promoting command and control Carls who think leadership means having the biggest office. So what does this mean for you? Whether you're leading a team or leading yourself, you need to unlearn the old playbook. Stop waiting for permission. Stop thinking leadership requires a title. Start practicing influence without authority. Start building collaborative relationships. Start leading from where you are. Look, I could go deeper, and I do in Rise and Thrive, a Black woman's blueprint for leadership excellence. But here's your action plan right now. First, grab my free Shield Resilience Strategy Guide, link below. It'll show you how to build the external support systems that modern leadership requires, plus daily practices to strengthen your leadership presence. Second, I need you to comment below. What's the most outdated leadership practice you're dealing with right now? Because I'm collecting these for our next Ask Shay episode, and trust me, we're going to dissect them. And speaking of questions, if you've got a burning leadership challenge, drop it in the comments for Ask Shay. I might feature your question in our next episode. Remember, command and control leadership isn't just outdated, it's expensive. The future belongs to leaders who empower, not overpower. You already have what it takes. Now it's time to use it. I'll see you next week. Until then, keep rising, keep thriving, and keep leading like the future depends on it, because it does.